Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lulu and in this video I will be bringing you the mid-year book freakout tag. Since we're already halfway through the year, which is kind of insane, I thought might as well do it and try, and even if it's a little late, it's not gonna kill anybody. So it'll be interesting to see, all of the books that have brought me here, that have helped me cope through the year. I'm like 13 or 14 books behind my Goodreads goal, and it's kind of crazy that I marked it as 101 books, which is a lot of books, I will admit, but last year I read 100 books and I just wanted to beat that goal, so I put 101 books and one book over, and so now I'm kind of suffering to make up for it, and it's fine, I guess, but when you're struggling to make up for that goal, it's a little hard. But either way, I've read quite a few books, and most of them, I will say, were pretty good. Most of them were amazing, and I'm glad I read them. So, without further ado, let's get to it. The first question is the best book you've read so far this year. A lot of the books I read were pretty good, and I wouldn't say that there's like a best book above all of them, like generally speaking, but maybe I would say that I really enjoyed Orange by Ichigo Takano? Ichigo Takano? I don't really know how to pronounce his name. It's a manga, and it's about this group of friends who send letters back to the past, to their past selves, to help save a friend who commits suicide. And it was very thought-provoking, and I really enjoyed it. I hadn't read anything like it, and I have to watch the anime. I think there's an anime, but the manga was amazing, and so I hope to watch the anime later. But I'd say maybe that one's the best book I've read so far. I also read Fast Food Nation by Eric Schlosser? That's also a pretty good book. It's a nonfiction book that talks about the fast food industry and how they kind of, how they have used advertisement and their foods and everything, and how they've grown as an industry to become what they are. And I think that the book was very interesting, and it pointed out a lot of important aspects of the industry that we need to address, and I recommend it. It's a nonfiction book, so getting my nonfiction in. I read it for school too, which is kind of sad, but I really did enjoy it. But overall, I think I had a lot of fun with all of the books. I'm sorry about the lighting. I can't really fix it because it's kind of sunny outside. Me. Question number 2. Best sequel you've read so far this year. I don't really read a lot of sequels. I have trouble finishing series, although I start them and I want to finish them and then I never do. But I have read a couple of sequels this year, and right now I'm actually reading a sequel to American Royals, but that is not the book I'm picking. I'd have to say Orange Volume 2. Yes. That's probably the best sequel I've read so far. Since I really like series as a whole and like the story, I thought it was very good. I read them in like the big chunks, like it's the big thick book in the second volume, and it's like the thinnest book for like the 6th edition. I don't know what they're called, but it's pretty good, and I'd say that was my favorite sequel so far this year. Number 3. New releases you haven't read yet but want to. I really want to read In Deep Waters by F.T. Lukens. That cover is just so beautiful, and it makes me want to read the whole book. Spot on. But that's a new release I really want to read soon, and I want to read it this year. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Gilded by Marissa Meyer. I really like Marissa Meyer. There's all of my little books by her except for Heartless, which is fine, but it comes out soon in November and I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to read it and see what she writes, because I really like that she has so many fairy tale retellings, and she got me into that whole genre, and I think it's pretty cool because I like fairy tale retellings. The way she tells them are pretty good. They're amazing. Number 5, the biggest disappointment of the year. Probably Eye of Mines by James Dashner. He's not my favorite author of all times. I read half of it for a book club, and then I couldn't finish it. It was really bad. Yeah, James Dashner isn't necessarily my favorite author, but when I picked up this book and I was reading it and I was like, really? You could have done so much better. It was a really big disappointment for me because I really do think James Dashner could have done better with this book. And he has a whole series. I think it's like a trilogy, The Eye of Mines, but don't recommend it. Number 6, my biggest surprise, Unholy Blood by Lena Im or Ready Player One. Unholy Blood is a webtoon. It's literally a graphic novel but online, and I think it was... I started reading it in October-ish of last year. 2020. So does it count? I don't know if it counts. But it's like an ongoing and updates weekly or like 3 times a week. I haven't been keeping up to tabs like lately because I haven't really been on the app so far this summer. So I got plenty to catch up on. But Unholy Blood is amazing. It's about a girl who's a pure blood vampire and she has to take down this whole like company, armies, hierarchy of half-blood vampires, but there's so much in it. There's like, I don't know how to describe it. You should just read it for yourself. It's really good. It's a webtoon. I recommend it. It's unfinished, so if you don't like unfinished series or unfinished books, you probably should wait till it finishes. But waiting a couple of days for the next episode is like, please just come. It's fine though. It's a really good story. But Ready Player One, I knew this book had a lot of hype around it, but I didn't think it was going to be for me because I stopped reading sci-fi a while ago, and Ready Player One just kind of seemed like a video game-esque thing, and I'm not really too much into video games. My brother is, he talks about it a lot, but I thought the book was pretty good. It was solid for what it was, and then I saw the movie, and then everything about the book just kind of sort of dissipated, and I just remember the movie. But that was also a surprise. I didn't think I would like it so much. Number 7, favorite new author, debut or just new to you? Unfortunately, I don't have any. I haven't really discovered any new authors so far this year, so I should probably get on to that. But I did read The Poet X this year. If I just had to give an answer, I read The Poet X, and I really like Elizabeth Acevedo's? I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not very sure. I really liked her way of writing. I liked her story. I thought it was interesting. I have the book right here. Wait. I really liked her style of writing. I thought it was pretty good. I think she deserved these awards. It's a very thought-provoking book. I think it tackles a lot of issues that we have. Yeah, and it's also been blurbed by Laurie House Anderson. I didn't notice that. She's one of my favorite authors too. Of all time, Laurie House Anderson. Okay. Number 8, newest fictional crush, the detective from Unholy Blood. I don't remember his name. I can never remember their names. No, I don't know why. I can never remember their names. I just know that he's a detective, and that's all I can say because I don't want to give too many spoilers. He's pretty good looking, and he's super nice, very considerate. Number 9, newest favorite character. Oh, I don't want to get my book out. Strange from Strange the Dreamer. I thought he was an amazing character. He's so compassionate. He's so nice. He tells his stories, and I think that's nice. I like that he has all of these traits and that he learns to embrace himself as the novel goes on. I like how he gets out of his comfort zone at the beginning, and then once he does, he starts discovering how, amazing he is as a person. And I like how he takes his time to think things through, and he doesn't judge a person by just their face. He gets to know them, and then he decides how he feels about them. And even then, he makes sure he's respectful. And I just like that in characters. I feel like there aren't too many of them like that, and it's good to note that. So Strange from Strange the Dreamer is definitely one of my favorite characters of all time now. Crazy, huh? Let's put this back. Okay. Yeah, I even got the second book to this series because I liked it that much. Number 10, a book that made you cry. Orange. Yeah. It almost made me cry. I don't typically cry when I read books, but I do get a little teary-eyed, and I feel my chest compress, and I feel like I start holding a breath I didn't know I was holding in the first place. But yeah, Orange, it's so, I don't know, kind of bittersweet, but in the end you're like, that's good. Number 11, book that made you happy. Love from A to Z from S.K. Ali. I thought that book was just, it's a little romance and it's so cute. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a cute little romance and it makes you happy on the inside, and it's about these two people and they're complete opposites and they meet each other on a plane, and then through a series of events they start to find each other more often and they get to know one another and learn from different perspectives on how they can tackle certain issues. And I think that it's a pretty solid book and it made me happy because, you know, the romance, but aside from that, just learning from the characters and what they learned is also pretty good. Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Postman? That one also made me happy. Beauty from Beauty and the Beast is, Belle from Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney princess. She likes to read. She's smart. She's pretty, I don't know. And she doesn't judge a book by its cover. Literally. And so just this another fairy tale retelling, and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was really nice, although I do think that the characters were a little crazy from time to time, but once they got to each other, I thought it was worth the wait and it made me happy. Romances make me happy. Number 12, most beautiful book you bought or received this year. Cat's eye. Look at their little eyes though. You may be thinking, how is this a beautiful cover that you bought? I just think it looks funny. Beautifully ironically, I guess. Aside from that, maybe also Strange the Dreamer. I like that cover. The paperback version is very nice. But I am reading this book for my book club, and then you get the books for free if you go to the meeting. But Dry looks like a very nice cover. It's simple and you can see, like, I don't know, I guess it's like a water droplet with fire in it. I just have to find out when I read the book. I haven't read it yet. The meeting will be in July, so I should get onto it. I think it's a very nice cover. I don't think it's necessarily beautiful, but it's an intriguing cover that makes me want to read it. Thought-provoking cover, yes. Thought-provoking covers. And number 13, our final question. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I have a lot of them, actually. I can't wait to get to the end of the year and read a lot. I hope I can catch up on my goal, but I don't really know. I want to read Burn It Down, Women Writing About Anger by Lily Danogan? I don't know, I can't read my handwriting. I'm sorry. That one's like a variety of different essays by women who just write about anger, and I think it's interesting. I want to learn a little bit more about anger because, yes, I think it's important to acknowledge anger when you feel it, but not to let it overcome your emotions and your actions. So I'd like to read a little more about what other women have to say about it. I also want to read Hooked, Food, Free Will, and How the Food Giants Exploit Our Addictions by Michael Moss. I read another one of his books this year called Salt, Sugar, Fat, and it was really good. Another book about food. So I want to read this one that's also about food. It's an audiobook, I think, and it came out on Audible, so I'm gonna listen to that and hopefully by the end of this year, because I don't know, I think they're interesting. And then I guess I also hope to read my books for school. It's fine though. I love that school reading. So yes, that is all of our questions from the mid-year book freakout tag, where we freak out about books halfway through the year. But that's completely fine. It's fine to freak out. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this video, and I don't know, stay for more if you want. Bye!